But see, all of the thousands of scenarios have already been run. We're just trying to find which one will work for us. And that goes also in the time travel and tangent realities and alternate timelines. And there are multiverses as well as temporal timelines that change. So
Well,
I don't know.
But
I mean,
also thrown into this mix is
I
those. I mean, we go battle about free will, but anyway, the laws of karma, and what I was talking about before, our life lessons that we choose to deal with when we come into this life, and that plays into all that too.
exactly.
What reason, what we want to learn in this lifetime.
Right.
Okay, and these things, maybe Kennedy agreed to come into this lifetime knowing he was going to be assassinated for somebody else's karma.
Right.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, that could be why he was
Now I
assassinated.
got another question.
Okay.
Like you being
I'm not a philosophical.
no, you being here, being a psychic, you told Nanette she's going to do stuff with her. She's going to go around. She's going to be out of here in 6 months. Do you think in any way, shape, or form that telling somebody a situation in the future can change it? Now,
Sure
if
can.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
so, then it's
it
changing
opens up the opportunity
destiny.
for them to manipulate
It's not.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
see,
Exactly.
Right,
Thought
exactly.
process.
It's
Exactly. It's
changing
called free will.
destiny then.
No.
Therefore, destiny
No.
is whatever you make it.
Yes and no. You have to experience certain things.
Not gonna get into that one.
Yeah.
Give me that thermometer. I've been down this road. You picked the wrong apple cart to turn over here,
Oh, Lord. Okay, you pick things for your life that you need to experience before you even get
Wow,
here.
65.
Right.
Okay, you pick these things, but when you're presented with these things, you still have the choice to say, well, you know what, I changed my mind. Stop that.
Don't point that in your eye, right?
Yeah, you're gonna put your eye out, Ralphie.
Anyway.
Does any of that make any
Yeah,
sense?
it
What I
does.
just said.
It does.
You still have the choice
Right.
to change your mind
Right.
when it comes down to doing
See,
whatever it is you're challenged with.
I personally am a very controversial person, as in myself. Anything I think of why
I'm not so sure about
I
that.
could be wrong, or how I could be wrong, how more logical reasons, So if you tell me, okay, I'm going to die in 3 months, so I do everything I can not to, I think I'm lost. I'm lost.
Yeah.
See, man has been asking those questions for millennia,
you're not lost,
and
it's
there's really no definite, finite answer, and that's the whole problem. Because as long as we're functioning either in this world or the next, it just doesn't equate to anything. It has no meaning but the exercise of debating whether it has meaning or not, and that's the whole thing. Sometimes you have to go through the thought process in order to go through that exercise to find the reality of the solution to the reality. But that
Your
is not,
reality.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's
Your
everyone
reality.
else's reality.
Right.
Right.
Okay, because we have had this argument, and I've gone through every religious organization to
We
try
haven't done it.
to find out what the deal is. The deal is that there is no absolute answer. We all accept it or deny it. Just like I have to accept or deny the validity of my questions versus the answers, how the answers will change or not change the reality that I'm in. And then I have to make a decision on that or not. And 9 times out of 10, I'm powerless to make a decision on if I can change it or not. Because normally with the stuff I ask is so beyond my ability to change it, but I will be affected by it. I just have to strengthen my character enough to understand it when it happens. And
In other words, you're not asking if you're going to wear a blue shirt tomorrow.
No.
And then the answer be Yes,
Oh.
and you wake up in the morning and
But let's-
decide you're not going to wear a blue shirt.
But let's just say, for instance, let's say, okay, the weather report, here's an example, hypothetical situation. The weather report says it's going to snow 10 inches. And you go to bed and there's no snow on the ground. And then, or let's say Vicky goes to bed and there's no snow on the ground. And Vicky, before she goes to bed, she'd ask Joel, should I go to work tomorrow? And Joel will say no. And then you have to ask why. Is it going to be dangerous? It'll be ice covered, blah, blah, blah. And then if he gives you the right answers, then you know the reasons why you should not do that. Okay. It's an advisory capacity. We have to ultimately decide
Right.
down deep whether we're going to get up and go to work the next day.
Right.
With all these odds against us, we still have to make that decision. Or we can sit there and say, no, Joel said, stay in bed. I'm just going to stay in bed and call in sick.
Right.
And then that's the decision we have to make too.
Right.
Joel's an advisor. He's an advisory capacity. We decide ultimately in the end how we're going to handle that advice.
Right.
And that's
And that's why readings can change and appear to be wrong.
right.
Because
They can appear to be
because somebody made a different choice somewhere.
Yeah.
And since we're all interacting, it might not even been your choice. It might have been somebody else's choice.
So there's still hope for me, right?
Oh, yes, love.
Okay.
What if,
Oh,
like,
you are fine. You are better than you think you are. You really are.
so do you think by telling somebody something, it can change their destiny?
No?
No.
But the sheer fact of knowing,
Alters the reality, but doesn't change the
Doesn't
effect of the
change it.
destiny.
it might though.
It's a
And
possibility.
It's a
choice.
probability.
It's
It's a probability, but not an actuality.
It's a
knowing
choice.
this is gonna happen, like knowing the aliens are gonna come in 2012.
No.
Knowing
The
2014.
end of the world is coming in 2012.
2014. They're supposed to be here in
knowing they're coming
2011.
in 2014. He said they're non-violent, so I prepare for them to be non-violent.
Mhm.
But he prepares for them to be violent.
So he shoots you.
The fact of
Right.
My destiny is I'm gonna die because they're not violent.
right?
That's a lot, that's all.
I
Then
just-
you just have free will to change your mind. And that was
Destiny
changed
is-
on him. And I just said
To
that.
me, destiny is.
Fixed.
This is great.
It's like Final Destination. You
I don't
can fight
think
your
so,
death
because-
if you want, but it's
Next
coming.
time he
Because-
starts
okay,
drinking
freedom
before
of
he
choice.
gets
It's just
here.
like fighting
Right.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, there may be 5 different destinies set out.
Right, exactly.
I don't think there is one certain destiny.
Exactly.
Right.
We agree. I heard that.
The
There's a
whole,
destiny.
yeah.
But
You
I don't
have
think there's
choices to
one
deal with
certain
that.
thing.
You have
Okay.
choices to deal with.
See, my perception was there's one certain thing that's going to happen no matter what.
Certain
Which
things,
is what I
yes.
don't believe. I believe is, okay, this may happen, but this may happen,
Hey,
this may
grammar.
happen. Now, there may be your 3 choices between destinies, but there's not just, in any situation, there's not just, this is what,
Well, I know that. I agree. But the way we are consulted is that we have to formulate them into yes or no answers. So we understand the dilemma of decision making.
Can we
But at the
ask
same
Joel if
time,
he'll stop talking
We can
now?
but at the same time, we have to formulate into a concrete perspective of the future. So any indecision can take place.
Wow,
Any random
This is kind of
situation
fun.
can
This
take
can go on
place.
all night.
But the way we have to formulate
Good.
the questions to derive the future.
So anyway,
can only be changing choice.
Give a reading
What
to
we
the
do is
audience
not change
member
choice,
or
it
two.
changes the way
Give a
we're
reading before we
proceeding.
quit.
Pardon?
to who?
Oh, so go ahead.
Oh, we'll just,
You're fine.
no, that's all right.
Yeah.
To who?
You have your.
She would like a reading. I think she wanted a reading too.
Oh, look at you, look at her.
Sarah's like, oh, well, what do you got to do?
Maybe we could close
Yeah, we
out
should
the
probably
show and
close
then
out
go.
the show.
Do it after the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.